Hey guys, this is Maka here, bringing you another Nintendo Box discussion with Benny, as usual this time, and it's set to be another really good one. We're talking about, just kind of recapping actually, the Nintendo Direct that happened yesterday, in our time zones at least, and we're just kind of going to go through game by game and tell you what our opinions were, so you can get a bit of information, and you kind of know our opinions, and you can get in on the discussion if you want down in the comment section below. So the first one to get into, Benny, probably the big one of this discussion, was the announcement of Majora's Mask 3D, which we kind of could have predicted, although I don't think either of us did because we didn't really cover 3DS games. But you kind of got the sense that it was coming for about a year or so now, and it's just good to have it finally fully announced. So what are your opinions on it?
Oh yeah, Captain Toad. Yeah, not Captain Toad, Majora's Mask. I was just editing Captain Toad, so I was thinking about Captain Toad. Man, no, Majora's Mask, man. Oh yeah, I played it. Well, first of all, I like that the remake is coming out. That's obviously cool. I mean, there are a lot of people who never got the chance to play this Zelda game. And I
Uh,
was, yeah, you were one of them. And I am lucky enough that I well played the game without even knowing what it really was. So I kind of started the game. It was on this GameCube disc that had like 5 different Zelda games on it.
yeah.
And I thought, what's that game? It looks kind of similar to Ocarina of Time. And back then, Ocarina of Time was my favorite Zelda game, and
Nudge,
still,
nudge, wink, wink.
and yeah, still is. And I was like, is that Ocarina of Time 2.0? Because of the same graphics and stuff? And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? This is amazing. So I immediately started playing, and it was pretty crazy, pretty cool. Even though I kind of used a lot of guides to get the harder quests done,
Yeah.
because I didn't really know how to properly use um, the notebook, kind of, the bomber's notebook. I thought it was just pretty crappy or yeah, stuff like that. I didn't really think it was that useful,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah. And it is pretty much one of the two Zelda games that I completed. So that's pretty cool right there. Even though it only has 4 dungeons, spoilers, it's still pretty it's still pretty hard to complete just because of the tons of side quests. So everyone who has a 3DS and didn't play that game, man, you can look forward to it because this Zelda game is freaky and cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Although my favourite Zelda game is Wind Waker, it's one of my favourite games of all time. I'm really kind of digging this kind of freaky vibe that it has. It's very creepy, and it looks like they've actually upped this with the 3DS remake. It looks creepier than the original, to be honest.
Yeah,
And I'm excited to play it for the first time. I know it's got other people excited. My friend from school, this is his favourite Zelda game, and he played it when he was younger. I can't really remember too much of it, but he's buying the special edition, and he's just angrily waiting because they haven't put it up for pre-order yet. He's just really waiting to get that special edition and pre-order it.
yeah. That special edition also looks really cool. Um, I mean, they don't give you an art book, and I mean, an art book with like from Nintendo would be really cool, and for especially for Majora's Mask because you
Yeah.
could have the designs of all the different masks. You could even have some developer thoughts behind it and stuff. So, well, it would have been cooler if they gave you an art book, but mm, I, yeah, I don't think the price for that special edition is going to be too high. I
No.
really think it's going to be like 10 euros more, or, yeah, than
Yeah,
usual.
something around that.
Yeah.
But let's just move on quickly to another 3DS game, which we'd already saw. It was what took the place of what everyone thought Majora's Mask was going to be at E3 when the secret announcement came. Everyone thought it was going to be Majora's Mask 3D, but it wasn't. It was this game, which is an intelligent systems game, kind of strategy game, but at the same time third-person shooter. It's codenamed Steam, of course, if you haven't already seen it. It looks fairly cool. It's not really my style. I'm not really digging the whole third-person shooter strategy kind of thing. And personally, I'm not going to be buying this, but I see why other people would be. Also, I don't really like the aesthetic too much, but that's just me.
Oh well, I like the aesthetics. It looks well, it has a unique flavor. Let's put it this way, it looks very unique. And
Yeah.
um yeah, I mean the thing is I think playing the game and actually watching someone play it is always very different, especially with these kind of round-based strategy
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, of course.
They are always, or most of them, I think, are pretty lame to watch just because you want to be in the action, you want to do the commands, and yeah, I think actually playing it can be really cool. It all depends on the level design because we saw that some characters, for example, have abilities that are very vertical. They can like go upwards in the
Yeah.
level. So I think if the level design is cool and um, if the game is long enough, it can be really cool because RPGs always kind of need to be long enough to uh, have the characters fully developed, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I agree, and I would just say that simply enough, it's made by Intelligent Systems. They're the guys, if you don't know, who make Fire Emblem, and they've made many other like strategy and RPG games. So they definitely know what they're doing, and it will be a good game. There's no doubt about that. But let's just move on to the other 3DS game that we already kind of knew about, but it's just been elaborated on a bit more, which was Ultimate NES Remix, which if you've played NES Remix 1 and 2, then you've got that kind of experience and you probably don't want this game. But they have kind of stripped out a few things from NES Remix 1 and 2 and instead added other features like online leaderboards and another game mode called Speed Mario Brothers, which is something that made me laugh because one of my personal experiences with mates is having them over playing New Super Mario Bros. U and them just shouting speedrun as they ran off into lava and stuff, and it was funny. So that just made me think of that. And basically what it is it's Mario on speed. He's just so fast.
oh
So
yeah.
it's pretty insane. But I won't be getting this. But you know, if you don't have a Wii U but you only have a 3DS, this is a way to get the NES Remix experience.
Oh
So
well, yeah. It it kind of I think it is kind of cool that 3DS owners can also experience this, especially when they wanted to experience the Wii U kind of stuff.
hmm
And it's perfect for playing it on the go, just because you have these very small challenges and stuff.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
so it's cool, but the reason why I think most people won't get it is because I don't think it has enough content to like be this pretty big title and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are just old games. They are old games remixed. So mm, if you're really that kind of old school guy, you might want to get it. But I don't think it's going to be that amazing, honestly.
No,
Um,
no, I totally agree. And I have NES Remix 1, which I was actually quite excited about. But if you want my honest opinion, it kind of flatters to deceive a bit, and it's something that could be promising, but they never really fulfill that promise. So if you want, then it's not going to be a full price game. I think it's slightly below full price, around the same price as Captain Toad, maybe a bit less, to be honest. But if you're really into it, then you can get it. But otherwise, I'd kind of stay away from it. And that's just my personal opinion. But take it from me, that's what I would do. But let's move on to the other kind of news, along with NES Remix, which kind of isn't as exciting because this direct was definitely amazing at the start, amazing at the end, okay in the middle, but that was the Pikmin movies that we heard about Shigeru Miyamoto overseeing. Um, they are now available for release straight after that direct. That well, they're available for release on the 3DS with the 3D version and the Wii U with the HD version. There's no difference between these in terms of content, just in terms of quality of picture. and the ability to use 3D on the 3DS. So what do you think to these, Benny? Personally, I don't think that this is that exciting, and it was a bit of a downer that they kind of made them, well, that they didn't make them free. But I think that what it shows with the potential of making these kind of animated films could be far better than what it is right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just 20 minutes of content and you pay like
It's
euros or
£5,
dollars,
yeah.
yeah, $5 for it. It's just, man, it's just not worth it. They should put
No.
up all three for €1, £1, stuff like that. If they put it on a price point of just €1, dollar, whatever, I bet like 5, 6, 7, 8 times the amount of people would buy that game. So
I'd buy it if it was that, but I
yeah.
looked in the eShop and it's £4.49, which is too much for me. It's too much for 20 minutes of content. And it would be okay if it was like a franchise that I cared more about, and I like Pikmin, but I don't care that much about it. And
Oh,
it's just not worth it. It's something that will be, with having the ability to capture games with capture cards, it's something that will be online within the next few weeks. So I don't want to pay for it if it's going to be that much. As
oh
much as
yeah.
I like to support Nintendo.
I mean, it can be cool 20 minutes, but let's be honest, man, $5 for just 20 minutes of content, that's not enough. So,
That's like well, how much it costs is nearly a month's worth of Netflix, which is unlimited.
yeah, like what the hell? If you compare it to that, it's crazy. So, man, they
Yeah.
just would need to lower the price to like just $1, and then a lot of people would buy them. Even I may buy them.
Yeah,
And it's just one whatever, so yeah, lower the price on that, man. Would be
and
good.
then obviously this was kind of the aim of this direct was to kind of say, yeah, Smash Bros is coming out, but we've got loads of awesome stuff coming out outside of Smash Bros. But they did cover Smash Bros a little bit, and luckily they didn't speak about it too much, which I was kind of thankful for. But they did show the Duck Hunt Dog trailer, as you would have expected, and it looks pretty awesome. And also the little caveat on top of it, the Duck Hunt Dog original game, not the Duck Hunt Dog original game, sorry, the Duck Hunt game from the old Nintendo system coming to the Wii U Virtual Console, which is something that you could kind of expect, but it was a bit of a surprise, and it's pretty cool. And I'm not sure, Benny, did you notice, is it like compatible with the Zapper or a Wiimote or something like that?
I think they said that it was like a line in the on the screen that said it's compatible with the Wii mode. So that looks kind of cool that you
Yeah,
could play the game with the Wii mode. Mm,
yeah.
but honestly, like I don't care too much about it. It's a very simple game,
No.
and for the price Nintendo wants us to pay for that game, nah, not getting it when it costs like $5. It's again the price point, man.
I know, that's about all I have to say for it. Do you have anything more to say for that?
Nah.
Or, nah, yeah, that's it. It'll be a bit too much. I might get it if it comes on sale straight away as like a £1, £2 game or something. But apart from that, I won't get it. And move on to some more kind of news that wasn't really that sensational, which was, as we already knew, the amiibo costumes in Mario Kart 8 that you get when you scan some selected amiibos into Mario Kart 8. And we just got a look at those. There's not much to talk about there, I don't think, is there, Benny?
No, I mean it's just cool that you can play as Captain Falcon with with the Blue Falcon as well.
It kind of makes your purchase of the Captain Falcon amiibo worth something a bit more.
Oh
And
yeah.
same for me with Samus one, although I won't really be using it, but it's nice to have it in there. And it's just an extra really on top, so it's not that bad. But also they did talk about Hyrule Warriors, which is if you scan the Link amiibo on, then you get the spinner weapon from Twilight Princess. And also, if you scan any other amiibo on any at all that are coming out, then it'll just give you a random item, which is a small feature, but it's pretty cool, and it's a nice way to get every amiibo feeling like it's worth something. And apart from that, I don't have much to say about it.
Yeah, I think it's just cool that they really want to show you that Amiibo is already compatible with some games, and
Yeah,
Hyrule Warriors sold a lot, so it's just a very smart way to make you want to buy more of them, I guess. So yeah, it's just really cool. And who knows, maybe they even try to implement Amiibo support with games that they already released. I can see that happening, maybe.
could see it with Pikmin 3 with the amount of love they're giving it.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But
And then we're obviously going to just stay on the topic of Mario Kart 8 because the bigger news was definitely with the DLC, which you told me a rumor that got me really excited, which was that it was going to be announced to come out straight after the Direct, which didn't materialize, and my prediction of the 13th actually was right, which was a surprise. But yeah, it's coming out on the 13th of November, which is an okay date. I can wait that long. And the tracks look awesome. That Hyrule Castle track looks really cool. And I don't know if you saw the when you hit off those 3 like speed boosters, it opens up a little boost ramp that you go and hit the Master Sword, which looks awesome. And then you have the kind of dragon stage, which looks like a personal favourite of mine.
oh yeah,
And then the F-Zero stage, which I forget the name, something city.
Mute City.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Mute City, yeah. And that looks amazing as well. That's the first all-zero gravity stage, which looks cool. And then they're giving the SNES Rainbow Road stage some love, which that looks really nicely updated, and it looks like a cool stage. Possibly the best Rainbow Road out of the 3 of them. I'm not too keen on the N64 stage, to be honest.
Oh well, I like it. It's a little short in my opinion, but I like it. The
It's
N64
very
one.
short.
Yeah, but those courses, man, they look kind of cool, and I don't know if you've seen it yet. There was a Nintendo Minute that was uploaded, like the minute the Direct ended.
I don't watch those.
Oh, but basically what they showed us was 3 maps of the DLC. So I already saw the Hyrule Castle stage and stuff. And
Yeah,
they look really cool. They look really nice. And I think it's really impressive that they built like a whole castle just for the DLC. Like, man,
it is.
that's so crazy to me. They built like a whole Hyrule Castle with Hyrule Field. They implemented Zelda enemies just for this one track. It's
Yeah.
really crazy.
It's really cool, and the amount of detail they've went to with like changing the coins to rupees, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And also on the Mute City track, the way that you actually get coins isn't the conventional way in Mario Kart. You actually have to go on the booster pads that are usually on each side of the track to get coins, and that's pretty cool. I like how they're mixing up the gameplay a bit. And to be honest, these tracks look cooler than the original tracks.
Oh,
Yeah, I think these are really cool, and they're a bit more innovative as well, to be honest.
yeah, and you have some elements in those tracks that weren't used in the normal Mario Kart 8 tracks. For example, you have like the corkscrew elements. I saw one in the F-Zero track where it goes
Uh-huh.
like sideways, then to the top, and then again sideways on the
Yeah.
other side, and then down again. So they look kind of roller coasterish a little bit more so than the normal Mario Kart 8 tracks. But yeah, I kind of gotta agree. They look very cool and they look so different.
They really do. They look really awesome. And I'm not sure at all what the name of this one was, but it was in the second cup, and I think it had something to do with Toad, and it had a section where one part was going up, one part was going down, and they kind of sort of crossed over, which was really cool to me. And that one looks interesting, although it looks like more of a regular Mario Kart 8 track. But it's just something that looks really cool, and that's one of the new ones. And then they're bringing back a couple of double dash tracks, which look pretty awesome. That is a game that I played a lot when I was growing up too. I can't go back to it now because it's horrendous in comparison to Mario Kart 8. But I do enjoy that game, so that's good to know. And of course, the Excite Bike track looks pretty damn cool, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
And I like how that changes. But I think we need to move on to some of the other news that was covered. And they actually covered a game that I'm very excited for, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I don't know how they managed to do it, but I think they kind of covered it for a good 2 minutes or something, without really telling us anything. Like,
Oh well,
there's
yeah.
nothing that I took out of that.
Yeah, they were just showing off new environments, I guess.
Yeah.
And something that I've found really interesting is that they just had this very urban kind of looking city
Yeah.
environment where there were swimming pools and stuff. That looked kind of funny, honestly, almost goofy, just because I didn't expect it. I thought
No.
it was futuristic, but also a little bit mixed with like older times and stuff. But this, it looks kind of funny, and yeah, the game. I just can't wait to run into this big city, New Los Angeles, and
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, can't wait for that game.
It really is. That's about all I have to say, because they didn't really show off too much, but they showed off new environments. And my friend was that one that I was talking about with the Majora's Mask pack. He was watching it as well, because I linked him to it. I knew that he would be excited about that pack. But he said, oh, they're making Shadow of the Colossus too, to which I got angry at him for, because I'm very excited for this game, and I didn't want him to take the mick out of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, they're making Xenoblade 2, so shut up. But that does definitely have kind of the vibe of Shadow of the Colossus, just with the huge enemies. But it looks far expanded on, of course, and it's a fully blown RPG. So it definitely looks cool, but I don't have much more to say about that. And I don't think we have spoken about it yet, but they did announce the kind of release period for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, which was a game that I'm not too excited for, if I'm honest. But the release period is around the time that I know that I'll want a new game. So it's kind of got me somewhat interested, because that is the time that I'll want a new game, and it's coming out in February 2015, which just kind of is the time that I'll have played loads of Smash Bros. And I'll have to choose between that and Captain Toad. And in all likelihood, I've probably played and had Captain Toad, but we'll see whether or not I will actually get this game. But they did show off 4-player co-op, which is interesting, but yet again, another 2D platformer, and Kirby is a character I'm not too interested in. And I know you share similar opinions to me, Benny,
Oh
but
yeah.
what did you think after this?
So I just hope that it has online, and if that game doesn't have online, it would be so disappointing to me. Just because it has so simple controls, and if Smash Brothers can have 4-player online, why wouldn't this game be able to have 4-player online? Um, I just hope that it has that functionality. It looks,
I hope so too, but I doubt it, because the Mario platformers don't, and you would think if they were going to put it in one, they'd put it in another. But, you know, we'll see. We'll
yeah,
see.
we'll see. Oh man, if it had online, it'd be so cool. And I mean, honestly, I might get that game if it has enough content in it. That's always
Yeah.
the thing with platformers, having enough content and stuff. Like, mm, Rayman Legends, for example, that's a game that's worth full price, honestly. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, if it's a game that I play through in one weekend, that's not really worth. I'd rather play just more Bayonetta
definitely.
when that game comes out and it doesn't have that much content. But it looks pretty cool, and I heard only positive things about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Yeah.
And Kirby and the Canvas Curse, or what it was.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah,
say. I know that that's like one of the people's favourite Kirby games, and they wanted a release for it on the 3DS, which probably would have made more sense, but they're pushing Wii U, so that kind of makes sense from that standpoint. And I'm just kind of disappointed that they didn't show off Yoshi's Woolly World. I would have far rather had that as the February release. But let's just move on to the next thing, which is one that I'm very excited for. And they showed this off, and the trailer was insane, to be honest. It was very good, and it was good at getting hype up. This was towards the end of the direct, and it just finished it off in a very good manner. and that was the Splatoon trailer that they showed, which kind of showed off the single player mode, and it pits you off against an army of evil, kind of half robot, half octopus things. But they don't even look like octopi. They look like kind of just like one tentacle, and they're creepy. They're really creepy.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean the enemy designs, they look really cool, and it's kind of awesome that they put like one uh, animal next to the other that are very similar. Let's be honest
Yeah.
here. So that's kind of cool, and let's hope the story is somewhat cool. But honestly, most people really care about the gameplay. And the
Oh,
gameplay of that game, of the single player, looks really fun, really cool. It looks,
uh,
to me, it reminded me of Super Mario Sunshine. Those
yeah.
stages that were just floating in the air, those bonus
It
sections.
it definitely reminded me of that too, to be honest.
Yeah,
Kind of mixed a bit, like I said, with the kind of the gameplay of Portal. I'm not sure why I've got that in my head, but that's kind of like, I don't know, that's something that comes across to me. But it definitely screams of those, like, you're talking about those secret levels,
yeah,
well, not secret levels, but the levels where it takes away FLUDD in Super Mario Sunshine.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
and well, it it is kind of, well, most people may expected it to have maybe even a full world where you can
Yeah,
just go around like a Mario game. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with just having those stages that you need to get through.
yeah.
Maybe have different collectibles even. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh yeah, you'd love that.
So yeah, all in all, really cool stuff. And yeah, it's they ended it pretty much with a bang, I would say, because a lot of people were
Yeah.
expecting Splatoon single player, and the online play already looks really interesting, really cool. They also showed off new stages, just some. Well, we only saw a new stage for like a split second or so,
Yeah.
but from what we've seen so far, I'm really excited about that game.
Yeah, and that new stage that you were talking about in the online multiplayer, it looks far more open and it looks really cool. I really like that. It has loads of levels to it, in terms of height, obviously, and it just kind of it looks like a more open experience because that first stage looked pretty cool, but this one looks even cooler, and I'm really excited. I'm so hyped for this game.
The first
So,
stage was Call of Duty, and the second stage that we see now is Battlefield.
no, you know what the first stage reminded me of?
hmm
It reminded me of the old Tony Hawk's games.
Oh yeah, maybe because of the environment also
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
yeah. And that I was all for that, but it's good to get that variation in there, and it shows that they're not just having one map, which you would expect them not to, but they're really fleshing out the experience, which is good. And I kind of want to see where they'd go with kind of like a simple storyline in the single player, because there's obviously going to be a bit of a story with
Uh, maybe
Inkling Squidbots, or not Squidbots, Octobots.
maybe it's just gonna be the typical Mario story. They are the bad guys. Defeat
Yeah,
them.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I can
But
see that.
it's made me very glad that they decided to go with it as a new IP and not as a Super Mario Sunshine competitive game.
Oh yeah.
Because as much as I love Super Mario Sunshine, I'd far rather have this new IP. It's a really exciting one and it's set to be something awesome. And that was my favourite thing about this direct. It was very cool. Got me very excited.
Oh yeah, and I don't know like how they want to be able to kind of make a sequel to this IP because it looks like such a simple idea, but they already like um made it. They brought it so far that it's kind of hard to make even more about this simple idea that they had.
Look,
Uh,
man, if Call of Duty can do it every year, then they can make a few Splatoons.
Well, yeah, but I just hope that they innovate in between those
Yeah, yeah,
games.
they'll
But
bounce,
I
they'll
think
bounce.
that will be hard. That will be kind of
Yeah,
hard.
I agree. It will be tough. And that is about it. Also,
No, no, you forgot something.
but I just remembered something. which I would have otherwise went past. And I kind of lie because in a different way, this was my favourite moment of the Direct. Simply because it made me go, what the fuck? And that was when they were showing off Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which is a game I honestly don't care about at all. But they were showing off one of the crossovers, which is Mario and Luigi kind of, are they rats or cats or...
Oh yeah, so it's kind
I
of fun.
don't know what, but they looked weird as hell.
Yeah.
And they were just running around squealing and shouting, and it was funny as hell.
Yeah. So the funny
It
thing,
just made me laugh so much.
the funny thing about that was that they were cats in a Mario suit, and in 3D world it was Mario in a cat suit. So that was kind of
Oh,
cool.
yeah. That's the joke they made, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but what I originally wanted to say is that you forgot to mention, well, what was your favorite moment of the whole Direct? Like, what was your highlight? Was it Majora's Mask? Was it Splatoon?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. So, mine, personally, it was definitely Splatoon, although that one was quite funny. But what was your favourite, Bennett?
It was Mario Kart 8 DLC. I'm sorry, but I gotta say that.
Is that just because it's like the most immediate thing?
Well, not only that, but just because I want to play more of the game. I just want new
Yeah.
courses, and that just looks amazing. Those 2 weeks that are coming up are just going to be amazing until Smash comes out. So, yeah, Mario Kart 8, I don't know. Like, Majora's Mask was cool and all, but I already played it. So it's not too exciting for me. And Splatoon is just so far away. Like, I can imagine that if Splatoon
It's a
was
summer release, man. It's not that far away.
not that far, yeah, like 10 months, and then we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
So, not too far.
I'm curious as to how they're going to fill up that space in between Kirby and Splatoon. Because I don't want them to be another drought. And 2015 seems like a pretty packed year, but on the Wii U, that's their two titles for the earlier part of the year. But Splatoon isn't particularly. It's going to be summer. They said quarter 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
they have like the Mario Kart DLC coming out.
yeah, they
as
have
well.
Mario Kart DLC. That's a good point.
So
Smash DLC might be out by that
maybe,
time.
yeah.
Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors DLC that will be coming out the first half of that year. And maybe they just didn't show it off for some reason, but Yoshi's Woolly World could possibly be first half.
I still hope. Oh well, yeah, something like that could happen. I can see that.
And to be honest, I don't understand why they showed off Xenoblade Chronicles X, because the way that they went about talking about it, it looks like it might be a 2015 release, like a late one.
Yeah,
But it looks like it might even slip into 2016, to be honest.
and even Iwata said something along the lines of, "We want to get it done."
Yeah, we aim to get it done by.
Yeah. So, it just sucks, man. But I really hope that they are finishing it. I mean, it was supposed to come out in this year.
This year.
So, please, man. Like, I just want to see that game, and just because they had such a long development cycle. So, man, so curious on how this turns out.
I mean, I know that Monolith help on other games for Nintendo. Like, they've worked on every Smash game since they've been owned by Nintendo. And they helped on the Wii U and 3DS version as well. But apart from that, I think that they had Xenoblade Chronicles, which was a while back, especially if you consider that they wrapped development on the Japanese release in like 2010 or something like that. And then after that, they must have only really been working on Xenoblade Chronicles X. So how long have they been working on this game?
Yeah.
It's going to be insane, but I just want it.
Yeah, it's. I just hope it's like a 200-hour game. That would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. It will be. It'll be something around that, including all the side quests and stuff.
Ugh, my dream come true.
Anyway, but unless you have anything else to say, Benny, do you?
No, I think that's it.
No? Is that it? I think that is it, guys. So it's been a very long discussion. We tend to make these very long just because we're so excited about the stuff and we like to really talk it out. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please go and visit Benny's channel. The description will be down. Whoa. The link will be down in the description below. Thank you very much, guys. Please like this video. Also, comment down below. I'd love it to discuss it with you guys. And subscribe to the channel. I've been Mackie. You've been watching another Nintendo Box video. Bye, guys.